Good day traders, Richard Jacobs here and welcome to the Underdog Trade Education channel. It's episode 12 I believe for 2018. Got a few things to get through, a catch up on what's been happening over the past few days as we went into the end of the week, and then we can inform some views and perspectives on what's going to be happening in the week ahead. Up on the screen as always, we kick off with the daily chart of the top 40, and just to zoom out a bit, as you can see, we've pulled back all the way, very deep retracement, still called a retracement at this point because we haven't broken that structure to the upside there, but we're well inside the 78.6 level of this retracement. And the past few days have been fairly choppy, as you can see. We'll have a look at the intraday candles, but just in looking at the daily candlesticks, quite choppy. Got some very interesting candles on Thursday. We had this long push to the downside, but then the buyers came back and pushed it all the way to the upside over there. And then a very indecisive looking candle on Friday with a sort of equidistant tail and wick coming into play over there. This looks quite choppy on the intraday basis, and I'll share that with you. And that's really, on balance, it's made intraday trading quite difficult over the past week or so. You can also see that we've had quite a few C days. Tomorrow is a C day as well with that indecisive candle. We can't seem to take out or we haven't yet taken out this high. Let's just highlight it there. We're looking to take out this high over there, or put in a lower close. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. We haven't been able to achieve that yet. So we're going to be null trading again on Monday, following a null trading Friday as well. Wednesday and Thursday we actually went for an A day and a B day, so we took a few losses over there, which I'll share with you as well. But as you can see, we had quite a few C days in this build up over here over the past week or so, and that's really been indicative of falling volatility, which you can see here on the 10 period ATR as it continues to push to the downside, and sideways choppy trading action. Just in terms of the ATR here, you can see it's falling well below its 50 period moving average now, and we really need this thing to start going again, so we can get some of those trends running in the market that we can take advantage of on a continuation basis. So where to from here? Just looking at this, well, difficult to call. As I said, things are looking fairly indecisive. You got to call short-term momentum to the upside based on this trend over here. And if the bulls will be eyeing this 55-200 level, this previous swing high over here, and looking to push the market towards that, because if there can be an upside break of structure, that would be very bullish, whereas the bears would be looking for this market to be topping out and some kind of continuation move to the downside playing out, albeit from a very deep level over there. Maybe what we can do is, let's have a look at before I look at the intraday, let's have a look at the international markets, or rather look at the S&P to start out with. Very bullish, nothing much to say, I suppose, just continuing to push to the upside over there. Similarly, I think on the DAX, we've got a push. DAX is putting in a series of higher highs and higher lows, so we've got to push to the upside over there. I'll cover this trade that we've actually got on the DAX when we speak about our offshore account, but the trend, just to zoom out, is certainly to the upside, with the market printing higher highs and higher lows. The interesting one is the FTSE. I've been highlighting to you guys this head and shoulders pattern over here, left shoulder, head and right shoulder. We actually saw that breaking in the past week, or validating, and the market pushed down hard on that break, but now it's rallied all the way back up into that breakout level. Trend on the FTSE is to the downside, with a break of structure, but that short-term momentum again to the upside. This would actually be an opportunity for us to look for a short trade, because the market's pulled back into that structure level. I'll be looking for some kind of a candle confirmation here. We may actually get involved in this in our offshore trading challenge as well. Try and find some kind of a signal to the short side, so we can see if the market can follow through down over here. It is, if you look at the RSI, which I've added as an indicator, RSI is overbought at the moment, so certainly not a bad option to explore looking for some kind of a short here. And then you can see the projected target for that head and shoulders lining up with a bit of previous structure over there. I didn't hit it on the break, so probably an opportunity here on this pullback for the short trade back down towards that structure level. So certainly something we'll keep an eye on in our offshore trading challenge. The Hang Seng, I think, is still looking fairly bullish. Let's get it. There we go. Yep, still pushing to the upside. And so you got this international equity market still pushing very hard to the upside at the moment. But that, to a large extent, on in terms of impact on the top 40, has been, contained by this very strong trending, downward trending rand. Did a bit of sideways consolidation over here and congestion over the past couple of days, but still very, very strong currency at 1190 at the moment. So trend is to the downside, and I suppose to a certain extent that's what's been contributing to the choppiness. You've got the strong international markets hitting this strong rand, and that's causing a lot of shakiness in our top 40. So if I then have a look at how that's looking on an intraday basis. So there's the intraday 15-minute chart of the top 40, and this is what I want to highlight to you guys. I've just highlighted in red since our last recording what the price structure has done, and I mean, you can see it's a bit of a mess. Markets push to the upside over here, retraced, continues but doesn't push to the upside, retrace, so we enter a bit of a range bound affair over here. Then we get a break to the downside over here. A bit of break of structure over there, then it breaks to the upside, then it breaks to the downside, then it breaks to the upside. That's a very difficult and messy market to try and trade. So to a large extent, if you manage to stay out of the market or trade it very small in last week, kudos to you, because I think you've done well in just stepping aside and waiting for this market to resolve in a particular direction. With that last break to the upside, you got to favor short-term upside momentum over here, so expectation is that we do continue to the upside, but the ride to the upside is going to be much smoother if we get some kind of a weakening or a retracement happening on the rand dollar exchange rate, because that will sort of align it with the momentum on the international markets, and could then see us start to push further to the upside here on the daily charts as well. So that's what we're going to be looking for in the week ahead. Obviously, we see the rand continuing to strengthen and sort of diverting from the international market in strength. Then you can anticipate quite a choppy week. For tomorrow, as I said, it's a C day for us, so we're going to null trade the thing. We'll send out the trade signals as we always do on the WhatsApp group, but be aware that if you want to trade it small. Wait for the market to confirm which direction it wants to head into. One gets a sense that there will be some kind of a resolution in the week ahead as we head into the end of the month. We're going to find the market choosing a particular or moving in a particular direction, so keep an eye on that. Right, so that's what's happening on the local front. Results wise, let's just pull that one up. Give me 1 second. Right, there we go. As you can see, we took a bit of we lost a few points in last week on that A and B days over there. A couple of things. Obviously, if we'd been static trading, we'd be underwater here, 632 points to the downside. That's on a fixed size. Because we dynamic trading, we've protected to a certain extent. We did take a hit, but we're still nicely up of 456 points for the month to date. And if we can get a couple of, well, not a couple, because tomorrow we're null trading effectively, but certainly if we can get at least Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, some kind of a positive outcome that will help in terms of the overall monthly performance. You can see things reflected here in the win rates. I mean, we've done 47 trades to date, including those C-day trade signals at a 34% win rate. But what's been great is our average win to average loss has been 3.02 to 1, so that's quite big. and that's because of the weighting that we've been applying to our A-day trades. And that's what we're going to continue to do, continue to apply the disciplines, and hopefully we see those results panning out as we go along. So that's what's happening on that front. Let's have a look at what's happening on the here we go, on our offshore trading challenge. A couple of updates for us. We had the USD franc short. We booked £55 of profit on that one. Aussie USD, we booked about £30 of profit in that continuation move to the upside. We've got 3 open positions, which I'll share with you, and one that's sort of on the radar here. 3 open positions. First one is the Euro Japanese yen. So let's pull that one up. Let's just load it up there quickly. Couple of things have changed on our intraday challenge, on our offshore challenge. I've tried to get lazier here. You know, one of the things I said was I wanted something that you could trade regardless of, you know, or with minimal time input. So even if you are in a full-time position, you could just put with an hour's worth of work during the day, you could easily manage and move your trades. I wanted to cut down cut that down even more. So I've introduced a couple of things. So what you'll find here is probably less frequent trading. We're going to stay in trades for longer and try and be more patient, and not take every flip of the trade of the price structure. So we're in a short here at the moment on Euro Yen. I've highlighted the reward to risk with stops in above this swing high level over here, and we're actually shooting all the way down towards this this level over here around about the 132.14s, which lines up with this previous price structure. So as you can see, you know, a bigger trade in the sense of we're taking on slightly more risk, but we're also shooting for bigger targets, and that's probably going to be the theme in terms of the trades that you're going to see on this offshore challenge going forward. We up a bit in this position here, about 24 pounds up. We're risking £82 for 217, so decent reward to risk. So we're just going to wait and watch this one. The DAX is the other one that you guys saw earlier, and we got long over here. The market had been putting in a series of higher highs and higher lows. Then it put in this retracement. You got the RSI going oversold, and then we started to put in this continuation move to the upside. It's looking good at the moment, pushing to the upside. We've put our stops down here below the swing low, so we've got some nice headroom. We're risking, as I said, slightly bigger amounts, £180 in this case, but we are shooting for about £377 of profit. So this is one again that we're gonna let run and see where it goes to. And finally, oil. Similar to the DAX, you can see this market had pushed to the upside, put in a higher high, actually put in this false break to the downside over here before breaking and continuing back to the upside over there. Then we got the retracement back into this previous structure and a continuation move to the upside, so we decided to get long. Nice small risk with our stops just below the swing low, so we're risking £52 and a decent shot at £164 over there, so a nice target reward to risk. And this one's also pushed up. I mean, it's been quite choppy if you look at the individual candles, but it's sort of meandering in the direction of our trades. So all our trades in the money at the moment, which is pretty decent and nice to see. And then the one that I said was on the radar is pound yen. That's a short position, could be wrong. No, it's a long position, potential long position. And again, very similar structure. You can see our market pushes up, retraces, then pushes up, puts in a higher high over there, puts in this retracement back into this previous structure level over here. The RSI goes oversold. If we can get, and this is a stress, if we get some kind of continuation candle, we could also see some bullish divergence with the if it manages to find its feet over here, we could see price putting in a higher high with the RSI putting in a lower low. So price putting in a higher low while the RSI puts in a lower low, and that would certainly support the case for further upside. But again, one of those you watch, you wait for the whatever your trigger criteria is. In our case, we're looking for a higher high, higher close on a 4-hour candle. We get that, we're willing to go long. We bring our stops in below wherever the swing low is, and we shoot for targets on this one as well. So this is one that is on our radar going into the new week. So guys, that's pretty much it from our side. As I said, it's been a tough week, but we're holding steady in terms of the disciplines and applying ourselves quite well. So I'm feeling very comfortable at where we are and how we're going at the moment. What we really need, as I said, as we go into February, we need a kicker for the overall market range and volatility, so we can start seeing the benefit coming through in our trend continuation and trend following trading. Guys, all the best for the week ahead, and I shall chat to you in the next recording. Cheers.